I am so thankful that Rashawn Slater decided not to hold out a minicamp. This point, we're going to get a deal done with our star left tackle sooner rather than later, but I was worried. And I confessed my worries about the Rashawn Slater contract on the Bolt Pros podcast the other day. Here's a clip bringing it back from that podcast. If you guys haven't been tuned into the channel, I've been going on multiple podcasts all over the internet and bringing the best moments back for you NFL fans to enjoy. I call it the Free Agent Podcast Tour. The Free Agent Podcast is a completely separate thing from the NFLMike's Corner podcast here on the channel. And today we are talking about the Rashawn Slater holdout and my biggest concerns, the Bolt Bros' biggest concerns, and all our Chargers fans' biggest concerns concerning Rashawn Slater's contract. Just the sneaky little thing in the back of my head, like a little squawk is telling me, like, still in my head, like, I know it worked out, guys, and Chargers fans are probably going to be mad at me for saying it. Like, you don't draft right tackle at 5th overall, and that tick isn't going, oh, we should have taken Malik Neighbors. That tick is going, does Harbaugh want to avoid paying a left tackle by drafting maybe someone they view as a better left tackle than Rashawn Slater, moving Alt eventually and letting Slater go? That's what I was worried about when they drafted Alt. Like, immediately that type of stuff is coming into my head. I know how Harbaugh operates. I know how he plans. I know that he will look someone in the eyes and tell them I love you and then stab them in the back if that's what it takes to win football games. But to see Slater show up lets me know that both sides, they're on great terms. They're communicating. There isn't any kind of miscommunication here. The Chargers' goal is to get to a signing. And if that wasn't felt on Rashawn Slater's side of things, he would not show up.
Yep, for sure.
So it feels like to me, just him showing up to practice and when he didn't need to, I mean, it is mandatory, but it isn't for a guy that's on a contract year. That put the worries I had about Harbaugh scheming and knowing that he could find a right tackle easier than he could find a left tackle, especially when you talk about paying a left tackle and you have one on a rookie contract that could be elite already. It puts all those worries to bed, because if that was what was going on and they're trying to hardball Slater on his contract, Slater wouldn't show up.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Totally agree. And, we actually do have like Harbaugh's philosophy is he would like to fill the entire lineup with left tackles, or not just left tackles, but it's any kind of tackle,
Tackles, yeah.
That size of people, so he goes after these guys that are big. And so, just like you're saying, if they really want to, they could let Slater go. But I don't want that. Obviously, he's been an absolute unit for that left side and protecting Justin Herbert. I mean, look, you can't shake his head. He's got some of those patches too, fellas. Look at that. He's got 3 patches there. He was a captain. He was an all-pro. Not an all-pro. He was a pro bowler. So we want to keep him around for sure,
Dude's giving up a few pressures a season right now. I mean,
just a few. Yeah.
It's crazy for having 2 short arms.
I mean, all last year, he and Alt were the only 2 people that were really working on the line. So we want to keep them around. They are our staples of this offensive line right now.
Yeah, I do think bottom line he's going nowhere. But again, it just goes to show you his mentality and his desire to win with the team and be with his team. That's what I was trying to highlight, the fact that he's just that guy, right? And that's the type of players that Harbaugh wants, right? And Rashawn Slater is incredible. He doesn't even like to have like a tight end chip on his side. He gets pissed off. He wants to man his guy up, and that's it. So it's exciting. So look, he'll get it sorted out. I think we have $26 million left in cap space, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check here. $27 million. So we got quite a bit there, so we're good to go.
It's no coincidence that every single team in the league that has great tackles also has great pass rush. These guys help out the pass rush tremendously in practice. Having to go against Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater every day, and then you go out there and have to go against Colton Miller's bitch ass. It's going to be easy.
Well, and again, one thing I would say too is if you could get really Zion Johnson to play center.
Please.
The reason why I like that idea, and I think the reason why I think Harbaugh and the team likes the idea of him playing center, is he's more athletic. He's much smaller than everybody else, and you can put Bozeman to left guard. Bozeman's 6'4", 240 or something like that. He's a big freaking dude. That is a huge line, right? And, Zion's like 320, one of the strongest guys. Rashawn Slater and Zion are almost the 2 strongest guys on the team. I think Joe Alt's getting close. But my point is, that is a huge line. And then, with Zion, he could get to the second level, hit the Mike linebacker, hit another guy, and drive more people downfield, right? Which I think is really great. So, look, I think if you could get Zion to make that move, that line becomes even better and bigger and beefier, and we are going to run the ball all over people. And it's just going to be smash mouth football. It's going to be exciting. So tenderize that meat, as we like to say.
Tenderize it. Zion's out. Zion's also literally a rocket scientist.
Yes.
He's literally a rocket scientist. And we're struggling at figuring out, picking up blitzes in the last split second, making those quick decisions. Maybe we can have a little bit better of a connection there here with Zion. I think also you underestimate how much the guards help the center, right?
Yeah.
I think Kai Becton can help Zion a lot. And then, like you're saying, Bozeman, maybe, having him with his head up instead of thinking about the snap and all that kind of stuff, maybe just the connection works better with Zion at center, Bozeman at guard. The communication's better. Bozeman's doing a lot of the blitz pickups, and Zion can focus on the snaps instead of Bozeman doing the snaps and the blitz pickups.
Yeah.
I also want to see our quarterback continue to get better and better at this and identifying blitzes, because we're getting surprised on third down too much. I would say that's one of the only weaknesses he has.
Yes.
We get surprised on specifically third down too much where we shouldn't be surprised. That's when you should know it's coming.
You should be prepared on that. Yeah.
A good example would be really the game that James and I were at, the Houston playoff game, which was so frustrating.
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic. With something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.